Have you ever stopped to think about what it would feel like to open your eyes each morning with such overwhelming mental clarity that absolutely nothing could knock you down? Picture this for just a moment. Waking up with an unshakable conviction about who you are and where you're heading in life. No harsh criticism able to rattle your core. No terrifying obstacles capable of making you retreat. No complete chaos surrounding you managing to pull your focus away from what genuinely matters in your existence. It sounds almost like a fantasy, nearly impossible to achieve in today's turbulent world, doesn't it? But here's something that's going to blow your mind wide open. This wasn't just some distant, unattainable dream. This was the actual daily reality of one of the most influential men who ever commanded empires in human history. I'm talking about Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and one of the greatest Stoic philosophers the world has ever witnessed. And the most mind-blowing part? He left behind for us, across millennia, his most intimate and profound reflections. We're not discussing abstract theories locked away in dusty, forgotten books. We're talking about practical strategies, battle-tested in the arena of real life, that transformed an ordinary human being into an unstoppable force of self-discipline and purpose. These personal writings have crossed centuries, survived wars, collapsed civilizations, and the ravages of time itself, arriving in our hands today with their power completely intact. His meditations aren't merely the musings of a bygone era collecting dust in academic circles. They're startlingly relevant blueprints for how to harness the raw power of self-discipline in the middle of the overwhelming noise that defines modern existence. Right now, in this very moment, we're going to dive deeper than you've ever gone before into the beating heart of Stoicism. We're going to explore these ancient principles not as philosophical concepts that sound good on paper, but as practical, actionable tools that you can implement immediately to live a more disciplined, more purposeful, more deeply fulfilled life. Stoicism has this incredible capacity to teach us something revolutionary: how to transform adversity into our greatest advantage, how to convert emotional chaos and turmoil into profound tranquility, how to take life's complete unpredictability and turn it into an endless wellspring of inner strength that nobody can take away from you. Whether you're currently battling with overwhelming daily stress that feels like it's crushing you, desperately seeking that elusive inner peace that seems always just out of reach, or looking to skyrocket your productivity and effectiveness in every area of your life, understanding the Stoic approach to existence offers insights so profound they can fundamentally reshape how you experience reality itself. In our world that's absolutely overflowing with endless distractions competing for your attention every single second, with instant gratifications available at the tap of a screen, the Stoic philosophy serves as an anchor that grounds us firmly in timeless virtues, wisdom that cuts through confusion, courage that faces any challenge, justice that treats others with dignity, and moderation that keeps us balanced. This isn't just about gritting your teeth and enduring whatever life throws at you. This is about genuinely thriving, about flourishing regardless of what circumstances come crashing into your path. So, if you're truly ready, if you're committed to transforming not just how you view life's challenges, but how you handle them at the deepest level, stay locked in right here as we unpack the powerful, life-altering teachings that Marcus Aurelius used to rule an empire while maintaining his soul. We're going to explore exactly how these ancient wisdom principles can be applied in your life today to cultivate the kind of robust, unbreakable discipline that most people only dream about. Before we go any further on this transformative journey through Stoic philosophy and the profound teachings that Marcus Aurelius left for humanity, I need to ask something from you. If you're finding value in what we're exploring here, if this resonates with something deep inside you, do me one simple favor that costs you absolutely nothing. Smash that subscribe button right now. And here's something crucial. Don't skip even a single part of this content, because if you're here, if you've made it this far, you're already different from the vast majority of people out there. You're seeking something more, something deeper. Consider yourself part of an exceptional group and stay completely tuned in for the unique insights we're about to explore together that could change everything. At the absolute core of Marcus Aurelius's entire philosophy lies this foundational belief. Self-discipline doesn't begin with willpower or forcing yourself to do things you hate. It begins with something far more profound, finding your authentic purpose. But what does discovering your purpose actually mean in practical terms? It's not some vague, feel-good concept. It's about uncovering what genuinely matters to you at the deepest level of your being, what drives you at your very core when all the superficial layers are stripped away, and then deliberately aligning every single one of your daily actions with that deeper calling that pulls at your soul. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about living in complete agreement with nature, which in Stoic terminology means something specific and powerful. Understanding your unique role in the larger cosmic scheme of existence and acting in perfect harmony with your core virtues. For Aurelius, purpose wasn't just some lofty, abstract ideal that sounds inspiring in speeches. It was a practical, reliable compass that guided every single decision he made, from the seemingly mundane choices about how to spend an afternoon to the monumental decisions that affected millions of people across his empire. He held this deep conviction that understanding one's purpose is precisely what propels you out of bed each morning, filling you with energy and readiness to face whatever challenges the day has waiting for you. It's that internal fire that keeps you absolutely steadfast when temptations and distractions beckon you to stray from your path. And here's what's critical to understand. This isn't about achieving grandiose accomplishments that get you recognition and applause from others, or collecting external accolades and awards that society deems impressive. It's about something far more meaningful, fulfilling the specific duties that life has laid out before you, performing each task with genuine commitment and unwavering integrity, regardless of who's watching or whether anyone will ever know. In our modern context, where we're bombarded with thousands of messages daily about what we should want and who we should become, finding your authentic purpose can feel absolutely overwhelming. We exist in a world completely saturated with infinite choices, with distractions engineered by teams of psychologists to capture and hold our attention that can lead us far away from our true paths without us even realizing it's happening. This is precisely where Stoic wisdom becomes not just helpful but absolutely essential for survival and thriving in the 21st century. Stoicism teaches us this invaluable skill: how to peel back all the layers of superficial desires that society programs into us, to cut through the fleeting emotions that cloud our judgment, to reveal what is truly essential for our genuine well-being and meaningful growth. It encourages us to ask ourselves these penetrating questions that most people never take time to consider. What is truly worth my limited time and precious energy? How can my specific actions today contribute not just to my personal development, but to the greater good of humanity? What legacy am I building with each choice I make? As we explore how to apply this principle in our actual lives, not just theoretically but practically, think deeply about what you're naturally drawn to when nobody's telling you what to do. Where do you find that deep satisfaction that goes beyond momentary pleasure? What challenges are you genuinely motivated to solve, even when nobody's paying you or praising you for it? These aren't random preferences. These are powerful clues pointing you toward your authentic purpose, breadcrumbs leading you to your true calling. And once you've identified this purpose, even if it's just the beginning outline of it, the Stoic practice of daily reflection becomes absolutely invaluable, transforming from just another self-help technique into a life-changing ritual. By continuously aligning your actions with your purpose, by consciously saying no to what doesn't serve your highest values and yes to what does, even when it's difficult, you cultivate the kind of genuine self-discipline that's necessary to live a truly meaningful and deeply impactful life. Let's take this profound insight from Marcus Aurelius and make it practical, actionable, something you can implement starting tomorrow morning. Ask yourself each morning, before you check your phone or get caught up in the day's demands, what am I truly meant to do today? What actions would align with my deepest purpose? And then each evening, before you collapse into bed exhausted, ask yourself this honest question: have I lived true to my purpose today? Did my actions reflect my values? Over time, with consistency and honest self-examination, this simple practice will not only build the kind of self-discipline that most people struggle their entire lives to develop, but it will also transform your entire life into a more purposeful, more fulfilling journey, where every day matters and every action counts towards something greater than yourself. Now, when Marcus Aurelius wrote about self-discipline in his private meditations, one theme kept appearing again and again like a drumbeat throughout his reflections: the absolute importance of relying on yourself. But count on yourself isn't just about basic self-reliance or not needing other people. It's a fundamental, integral part of the entire Stoic philosophy, which places enormous emphasis on the critical importance of personal accountability and genuine independence in how we navigate our lives. This principle isn't about isolation or stubbornly rejecting any assistance from others when you need help. That would be foolish pride, not wisdom. Rather, it's about recognizing this profound truth. The ultimate responsibility for our actions, our reactions to what happens to us, and our personal growth rests entirely within us. Nobody else can do this work for us. No guru, no mentor, no parent can live our lives or make our choices. In Stoicism, the idea of focusing exclusively on what exists within our control stands as paramount, as one of the foundational pillars of the entire philosophy. Aurelius often discussed at length the tremendous power of the self in confronting whatever challenges life violently throws our way without warning. By counting on ourselves first and foremost, we tap into our deepest inner resilience and strength, resources we didn't even know we possessed until we were forced to dig deep and find them. If you're getting value from these insights, if something is clicking for you right now, make sure you hit that like button and drop a comment below, telling me which Stoic principle resonates most with your current situation. Your engagement helps this message reach more people who need to hear it. This principle teaches us something revolutionary: to trust in our own abilities to navigate through life's unavoidable uncertainties and inevitable adversities without constantly seeking validation or permission from others. It's about building authentic confidence, not through empty arrogance or puffing yourself up with false bravado, but through genuine competence and a thorough, honest understanding of one's own capacities, limitations, and core virtues. This self-reliance that Stoicism advocates is simultaneously liberating and challenging, especially in today's hyper-connected world where opinions and advice are constantly flooding at us through every screen and device we own. Learning to listen to our inner voice, to trust our own judgment above the crowd's opinion, can be incredibly challenging when we're programmed from childhood to seek approval from others. However, Stoicism teaches us this crucial skill: how to filter out the overwhelming noise that surrounds us and to trust deeply in our own reason and judgments. Aurelius held this firm belief that this internal guidance, this inner voice rooted in reason and virtue, was the most reliable counsel one could ever have, more trustworthy than any advisor or expert, because it comes from a place of authentic alignment with universal principles. By genuinely counting on ourselves, we also develop true autonomy in our decision-making processes, freedom from being controlled by others' expectations or society's programming. This autonomy enables us to make choices that are perfectly aligned with our deepest values and principles, rather than being constantly swayed by external pressures that pull us in 1,000 different directions or temporary emotions that cloud our judgment in the heat of the moment. This autonomy is absolutely crucial for maintaining personal integrity and for living a life that is authentic and true to oneself, not a life dictated by others' opinions or society's arbitrary standards of success. So how can we start to truly count on ourselves in practical terms? It begins with small, manageable steps that build upon each other, making commitments to yourself and actually keeping them, even when nobody else knows. Setting personal goals and working towards them independently without needing constant external validation. Taking dedicated time to reflect deeply on your decisions and examining their alignment with your core values and principles. Over time, with consistent practice, these seemingly simple practices strengthen your self-discipline dramatically, making you more resilient and grounded when facing life's inevitable challenges and unexpected storms. Marcus Aurelius consistently emphasized throughout his writings the extraordinary power of persistence, of showing up not just physically in body, going through the motions, but showing up in spirit, fully present and engaged, every single day without fail. This practice isn't about summoning monumental efforts and heroic actions unleashed sporadically when you feel inspired. It's about something far more powerful: the quiet, steady dedication to daily tasks that might seem insignificant in the moment, but which collectively forge an unbreakable, disciplined life over time. For Aurelius, showing up every single day was completely synonymous with the Stoic idea of living in accordance with nature and the natural order of things. To him, nature demanded of us not merely to exist passively, floating through life unconsciously, but to actively participate in existence with intention, to contribute to the world through our deliberate actions, no matter how small, routine, or seemingly insignificant they might appear in the moment. Each new day presented itself to Marcus Aurelius as a fresh arena, not for grand battles that would be remembered in history books, but for proving one's unwavering commitment to their principles and duties through simple, consistent action. It's in the consistency, in the everyday effort that nobody sees or celebrates, where true character is actually built and genuinely tested in the fires of real life. In today's world, where distractions are multiplying exponentially and motivations can be incredibly fleeting, where you can feel inspired and ready to conquer the world one day and completely off track and lost the very next, the idea of showing up every single day gains even more critical significance than it had in ancient times. It's remarkably easy to feel fired up and motivated one moment, and then completely derailed and scattered the next when life throws unexpected challenges at you. Here, Stoicism teaches us the invaluable value of unwavering consistency in our actions and commitments. It's not the intensity of occasional heroic efforts, but the regularity, the day-in and day-out dedication of our actions that cultivates true, lasting discipline that can't be shaken. This doesn't mean that every single day needs to be a masterpiece of productivity where you accomplish everything on your list. Rather, it's about not letting a single day slip by completely unnoticed or entirely unutilized, not allowing yourself to disappear into unconscious living. Whether it's making meaningful progress in our career, improving our physical health and vitality, or deepening our most important relationships, genuine progress in any area of life requires the simple yet often overlooked commitment to show up every day and do something even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Moreover, showing up every single day is deeply intertwined with the Stoic practice of mindfulness, of being fully present in the now rather than scattered across past regrets and future anxieties, and doing today's work today without carrying the heavy burdens of yesterday's failures or tomorrow's worries on your shoulders. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively and passionately about the importance of focusing on the present moment, about doing the specific task at hand to the absolute best of one's ability without distraction. This laser focus is precisely what transforms mindless routine into meaningful ritual and scattered effort into measurable improvement that compounds over time. To cultivate this discipline starting right now, start small and manageable. Decide what showing up actually means for you specifically, what would constitute showing up in your unique situation. It could be as simple as writing a single paragraph of that book you've been meaning to write for years, doing just a 5-minute workout when you can't manage more, or spending 10 completely uninterrupted minutes with a loved one without checking your phone. The scale of the action isn't what transforms us fundamentally. It's the consistent act of showing up itself, of honoring the commitment you made to yourself that creates transformation. Each day that you meet your commitment to yourself, you reinforce your willpower like building muscle, and you build the resilience that truly defines Stoic philosophy at its core. By adopting this daily practice as non-negotiable, you embody the Stoic belief in personal responsibility and continuous self-improvement as a lifestyle. You become a living testament to the profound idea that while we may not control the outcomes of our efforts, we absolutely can control the effort itself, the showing up, the doing of the work regardless of results. In the consistent act of showing up day after day, we find the discipline necessary to lead a purposeful and fulfilling life that matters.